Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Traitors RHAP podcast. I'm, of course, your host, the Duke of Deception, Pooya Zanvikili, ready and excited for a brand new season of Traitors Canada coming in. Season 2 is upon us, premiere coming this week, and I cannot wait. But before we go any further, hoping this is a tradition now with us doing this a second time, I'm here with the lovely host of Traitors Canada. It's Karine Vanasse. Karine, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited. I hope to talk to you also as the season progresses. It would be, yeah. It's great. It's great to talk to fans of the show. You're so engaged, and yeah. So we're talking now, but hopefully we get to talk a little later. Yeah.
I would love nothing more. That would make me very, very happy. So, Karine, I'm English speaking exclusively, but I have watched 7 episodes of what's it called? Les Traits?
Les
Traitors.
Traits.
Yeah, I watched that as well
Ooh,
this
I'm
summer.
proud of you.
Yeah,
Wow.
listen, it was so much fun. Both seasons have been great. When we talked last year, I had no idea where the journey was taking us, but my God,
Mm.
Canada put itself on the map with that one. Season 1 was phenomenal.
It's so great to hear that. I really think we did a good job. I was traveling in Denmark last week for work, and yeah, a group of Traitors fan came to me, Danish Traitors fan, and they were like, "Oh, we are you Korean? Yes. Oh, we love the Traitors Canada." I think that version. Yeah, I think we just offered something a little different. I mean, every version has something great to
Mhm.
offer, but I'm really proud of what we established, and I think with season 2, because the viewers said yes to what we presented last year, we go even further with that, with the whole tone of the show, and it's so much fun to do. So it's great that it's well received.
Well received on honestly, your hosting, Karine. I'm being very honest. This is not just me being nice to your face. This isn't the Traitors manner, so this is all truthful. Um,
Yes.
but a lot of the feedback I got throughout the season covering it was the looks you were turning out in the manor. People loved the wardrobe, the outfits you were
Mm.
bringing into the manor. Shall we be expecting some more new ones this season as well?
Yeah, but I think it's adding so much to what we're trying to create within the manor, to create that kind of reality for the guests, so that they really believe that they are in this weird world. So yes, the looks, I mean, they were fun last year. I was so proud to present all of them. This year, I feel like where we left with the finale at the end of season 1, it was a little like, woo, it's over the top. That's where we start from for season 2. So
I love it. I love
yeah,
it.
yeah. But
Now,
if it wasn't adding anything to the show, it would be fun, but it wouldn't make as much sense. I feel like with this, it's just creating a weird, strange world where all of a sudden you know that you're watching something a little off reality. Yeah.
well, I happened to glance at a video earlier today of you touring the manor for season 2. That is a Karine I have not met yet. Very, very sinister maneuvers going on around the house.
Oh yeah, we had a little fun with that, but that's not season 2. That represents just a little fun we had during lunchtime. I think it was at the end of the shooting, so we might have gone a little bit on the other side. So, so we had a little too much fun maybe with the tour of the manor.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's not. No, though the hosting stays the same, the tone stays the same, the character stays the same as well. Yeah.
I was gonna say, it'd be very interesting if you're walking around the manor with a pokey behind your back, just be the weapon being held.
No, but at the
Um,
same time, it just shows how it's a very thin line between believing this world and this
mhm,
character and it becoming just a little too over the top, and then it becomes almost comedy. So
right.
I'm really glad and proud of the team, the production team, because I really think that one of the aspects that makes it so intense for the guests, it's when they feel that it's a very contained world, that it's quite precise, and that they're evolving within that specific world that doesn't exist, but that we created just for them. And the stronger that is, I think the stronger our version of the Traitors can be.
And do you find it difficult to stay in kind of in character to keep that energy going throughout the season, keeping that energy of this is still the manor, no breaks, you are still here to deceive, you're here to detect. Are you able to maintain that energy? Like, is it a struggle or not during the season?
Having that moment with them at the round table, regardless of what happened during the day, there are so many conversations. There are so many, and I mean, when we do the missions, sometimes I have a little bit more fun with them. Like it's a little lighter. But I feel that when we come back to the round table, we come back to the essence of the show. Like, yes, we might have had a little fun today, but tonight someone will be banished and someone else will be killed. Let's come back to that. So to bring back that more, how can I say it? The pressure that it adds on them, I know that that's what I bring to the show every time I walk in, regardless of the outfit. So is it difficult? It's certainly fun as an actor to do that and to see the effect that it has on them. Like sometimes I see that they're like sitting they very politely, like they're just at the round table, and when I walk in and I'm not smiling because something happened during the day and they need to be reminded that they need to trust themselves, otherwise they're just really bad players right now, and I want them to play. They're not here to be bad players, you know. And I can tell they're just like, oh yeah, okay, I'll be better, I promise. So but in Quebec, the different on Les Traitors, so if you watch the 7 first episodes, I have a moment in the French Canadian version of the show. I have like a 15 minutes with the players who leave the manor, where I become myself, Karine, as they know me usually. So I'm still dressed as the lady of the manor, but and to have that moment with them is also great. Just to
yeah, it's kind of on their way of decompressing out of the game. It's like, okay, well, you weren't actually murdered, you know, we're good. I hope you had fun. Now,
yeah, and here are the real traitors, and you were so wrong, and to see how surprised they are at how bad they've been at detecting who the traitors were. Yeah.
That's honestly one of the best parts of the show is that moment of realization that we get to watch firsthand. So this season we got more people than last time. We got 22 new hopefuls getting into the manor. What's your, without giving anything away, because I know we're gonna end up seeing all this happen real soon, what has your feeling been meeting this cast of 22, these new hopefuls?
They arrived ready.
Okay.
They were very excited to play. We throw them off right from the start with a twist. Yeah.
Threw me off with a twist.
Yeah. So that already creates tension between them. And so the game starts really, really fast this season. But yeah, so they arrived very ready, excited because they knew the show. They wanted to play. That's the feeling I received from them. They wanted to play. But then as the game progressed, it's a hard game. It is. Regardless of how excited you are and how much you loved watching all the various seasons as a viewer, when you're a player, the pressure is really high. And it caught up to them pretty fast too. Yeah.
Yeah, I was very happy that season 1 ended with a traitor win, because I feel like it starts, it's the baby, it's the first one. It's like, okay,
yes.
First one, the traitors beat them. They beat them. They went out of their way to get it done, especially at the very end with Mike somehow convincing Gerline that it's not him. It was perfect to set the landscape for season 2 to be like this, I feel like, where everyone's going to be coming in thinking they've now seen what the possibilities are, but not quite realizing. And you and I talked about this last year, where it all comes down to who you're cast with. It doesn't matter what strategies you come in with.
Absolutely.
So
yes, absolutely. You're right, Pooya. And you're absolutely right to say that the fact that a traitor won last season, and especially the way he played the game of the traitor, but the way he did it, we were still really happy that he won, because that's the game anyway. But the way, just like to be there when Gerline thought that Leroy was the traitor, and to think that, oh my God, your magic, Mike, it's scary. Yeah, he was able to get inside her head. And for that, I mean, but the way he played the game, I feel like, yes, it sets the tone in terms of, to win this game, you really have to play it. don't go under the radar. Yes, it's a strategy to do that, but it's so much more fun when the players really get involved. And really Mike did that, so it was a good example for the future seasons that we have and we hopefully will have here. Yeah.
Fingers crossed. Yeah, I really feel like, especially as the traders, going under the radar can only get you so far. At some point, people will be like, you're not talking enough. What's going on? And then you're under scrutiny. So you really cannot, you have to play every day like it's your last in that house. And I feel like Mike really did that. One other thing.
But at the same time, that could be a strategy that could work as well. We'll see. Again, maybe it's going to be a strategy that works this season. We'll see. I don't know.
You can't tell with the traders. You really can't. Now, we've seen so many different iterations. I'll have so many different types of winners. And there's not, like, to me, there's not one clean cut strategy of this is how you should play the game. It really, the game is live always, I feel like.
What excites you the most when you discover a new cast? What are you looking for when you watch episode 1 of any version of the Traitors?
For me, and this is not, because obviously some of the shows, they'll have people I know. So for example, this season, I'm very excited to see Netta back on my screen as a Persian who has watched her play twice on BB Can. I'm very excited to see her coming out of what I felt like was reality TV retirement for this. Can't wait to see how she does. But overall, Karine, for me, I'm finding a couple of people. I want to find the best detective, because typically the best detective, they're fun to get their POV and their insight, but they are not going to win the game. Like, I already know you're going to do too much. You're going to get caught, especially once people know you're good and you're a good detective. Goodbye. You're getting murdered.
But like, you're learning from them, from their way of looking at the game. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's fun to see, okay, how did you piece this? Was it a social read? Was it a soul read? Was it someone sweating a little too much? I love that. But I also love the delusional faithful. I always look for who's my number one delusional faithful, the one that is loud and wrong, but so happy to be loud all the time. I love watching that character on TV.
Oh, you'll be happy with this season, then. Oh, Pooya. Oh, that was hurtful sometimes to watch.
Oh no.
Oh, it was painful to see them being so wrong, but being so confident.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, and sometimes I'm kind of amazed at how, because sometimes other players are like, I don't think you're a traitor, but please just leave the game. I can't stand you anymore. You're too loud. But I don't know, guests tend often to keep them in the game still. I don't know. It's anyway, so you were saying, okay, so these two type of players, and then
obviously whoever gets picked to be a traitor, it's always fun to watch their game. Last year, I feel like we got 3 very different traitor games. We got the, I'm so obvious this person has decided I'm the traitor from minute 1 with Mel B. We had this fun rivalry between Kuzi and Mike. The decision to try and shoot someone from the group that had the shield really did Kuzi's game in, I felt like, at one point. So it's fun to watch those dynamics play out as well. And ultimately, the other new one that I really like is the faithful who middle of the season has to become a traitor. How do they pivot from that? We've seen success stories and we've seen shambolic timelines with them. So I really like seeing who gets picked for those as well. So that's definitely a big fun for me as well. Oh, and typically I feel like every season has had some semblance of a psychic, and that character always delivers. So I'm always like, okay, who's the psychic this season? Because they're gonna leave soon, so I might as well get to know them while I have.
Well, do we have one this season within Quebec, or no? I don't think we. But we don't have psychics this season, but we have. We have to talk later.
We will make it happen.
I want to know soon what you think. Yeah. Because you're really good. I love, once again, I think that it's so, I usually don't particularly love to read comments about shows that I'm in. But this one, I love to read all the insights that viewers have. And it's as fun as it is to watch the guests as a viewer. It's fun to read what the viewers take away from the episodes. So thank you for sharing that, because it's always fun for me to read that and listen to that.
My pleasure. So I'll leave you with one last question, Karine. So last year I asked you a question and you told me that you don't really have an answer for me, / you kind of didn't answer it. I'm gonna try it again. Now we have had more time. You've been a part of a couple seasons now. I had asked you, if you were to play and there was another host. That host, not as good as you. We've already established this. But would you want to be a traitor or a faithful now, having watched this game play out in front of you a couple times?
Well, obviously, I think I understand why they all want to be traitors. Because I mean, even if you're a bad traitor, at least I feel like you get to really experience the game. If you leave soon as a faithful, your experience is like, nah, I feel like you didn't really, as a traitor, even if you spend one night, if you're like poor Mel B last year, sorry, Mel B shouldn't stay very long. But still, I feel like you're really part of the game and you really get to experience it. So I would say a traitor. But what I witnessed even more this season is how people should look at those not talking, but just not talking in general, but just when someone is talking, the guests use that time to really, they gave so many looks that I'm like, who cut that? I see it all. I see it all because, but it's so obvious when you're in that room, everything that's happening, when someone is talking and everything else is being played around the table. So because I lived the experience of hosting the show and I've been like that little bird watching them all around at the round table, that would give me a lot of tools, I think, to be a good trader. Yeah,
would love to see it in the future. Just gonna put that out there. We'll see what the future holds.
Just like a round of hosts being traitors and faithful.
Oh, I love that idea. I already know who I'm betting on, so life is good. Karine,
Great.
this has been absolutely delightful. I truly hope we get an opportunity to speak mid-season maybe and kind of talk a little deeper about some of these people on this in this manner. Thank you so much for your time. Traitors Canada season 2 is premiering September 23rd, 10 p.m. Eastern. Everyone get ready, get your cloaks, get your daggers, because we're going to have a fun time. Karine, thank you so much.
And I hope for a viewing party eventually where everyone dressed with the theme of the traitors.
Yes.
I hope to see that too. So we'll talk again, and maybe you'll be dressed as I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know. I might have to consult you on a look. We'll figure it out. I might get a second opinion. All right.
Thank you,
so much,
Pooya. Thank you
Karine.
so much.